Hi guys, today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to install Xposed for Android 6.0, 6.0.1 Marshmallow. This will work on any Android device. Now if you're using, for most Android devices other than Samsung devices, you'll need a DODEX custom ROM. You'll also need root. So make sure your phone is rooted with a custom ROM if you're not using a Samsung device. For Samsung device, you just need root, all right, because it'll work on ODEX and DODEX. All right, you basically need 3 files. Go to my site, highonandroid.com. If you hit the menu key here, go all the way down to ROMs. Go ahead and click on Xposed for Marshmallow Android 6.0 and 6.0.1. All right, you'll need 3 files from here. Go ahead and download Xposed installer APK. This is same for all the devices, all right? So go ahead and open, and the actual download link for all of these files is at the end, right? Near the bottom. Click here to download, all right? That's where it is. That's how you can download it. Go ahead and download that. And also if you go back to the High on Android page, I've listed all the stuff you need to download. If you're using a non-Samsung device or AOSP ROM, for example, if you're running a Galaxy S5 with CM13, you'll actually need to download the regular version, the non-Samsung AOSP ROM. But for all the other Samsungs, such as the Galaxy S7, right now I'm rooted running one of the custom TouchWiz ROMs. Go ahead and download the one down here. Now, there's 3 versions for the regular version: ARM, ARM64, x86. ARM is for 32-bit devices, older devices like Nexus 4, Nexus 5, Note 2, Note 3, Note 4. All right, go ahead and download that. Also, you need to download the uninstaller just in case you end up in a boot loop. So go ahead and download the uninstaller. If you have a newer device like Nexus XP, HTC10, LG G5, go ahead and download the ARM64 and also the uninstaller. If you have an Intel device like a Zenfone 2, go ahead and download the x86 and x86 installer. Now for me, I'm using a Samsung with the TouchWiz ROM, so I'm going to go ahead and download for ARM64, and also I'm going to go ahead and download the uninstaller for the Samsung devices. All right, if you're using older Samsung devices, go ahead and download the download for ARM. Once you have downloaded the 3 files, all right, it should be, let me show you what it looks like. The first one is the Xposed installer. This is same for all of them. You can go ahead and use your File Explorer app, or I'm using ES File Explorer. Go ahead and go into your download directory. Go ahead and install the APK file. Go ahead and install. Hit install. And this will install the Xposed installer. All right, if you go to framework, you'll notice that the framework is not installed. All right, that's where you will need the zip files for. Let me go ahead and show you again. For me, for ARM64 Samsung is the Xposed blah blah.zip. All right, sorry, that's not the right one. It should be ARM64. Let me go ahead and download the correct one real quick. All right, make sure you download the correct one. So I download the correct one, which is the ARM64 built by 1M. This is for all the Samsung TouchWiz devices. Now to install this, we're gonna go ahead and reboot into recovery, tour recovery or clock mode recovery. Simply flash it, reboot, and we should be good to go. If you mess up, you can go ahead and install the uninstaller. So let me go ahead and power off and boot into tour recovery. Whatever phone you have, you can also use quick boot to reboot into recovery. For S7 or any Samsung device, it's going to be volume up, center home, and power. Let go of the power button when you see the logo. All right. Once in tour recovery, just going to go into install. Go to my download folder. I'm going to go ahead and install the correct Xposed for my device, ARM64. All right, that's pretty much it. Now, if you reboot and you somehow end up in a boot loop, go ahead and reboot into tour recovery and install the uninstaller, all right? And then reboot, and you should be good to go. Also, just in case, make a backup before you install it. That could be also a great idea. And you should, if you're rooted, you should always have a tour backup. So I'm gonna go ahead and reboot system. Xposed should be now installed, and I should now be able to use Xposed modules. Alright guys, after a reboot, you should be good to go. Go ahead and open up Xposed installer app, go to framework, and you will see Xposed framework has been installed. Now again, if you end up in a boot loop, go ahead and reboot into Twerp and install the uninstaller. Alright, maybe you installed the wrong version, maybe you installed 64-bit on a 32-bit device, maybe you installed a Samsung version on a Samsung phone that's running AOSP ROM like CM13. If that happened to you, just go back and find the right files and reinstall, and you should be good to go. Now, as far as getting the modules, go into modules here. You'll see there's no modules. Go to download, and you can do a search, and there's a ton of modules you can go ahead and explore. Right? You can use the search function to download and go ahead and install it. For installing modules, go ahead and download the modules, install the app. And then later on, when you go into modules, you'll see the modules listed here. Just click on it, reboot, and the module will be activated after a reboot. But that's pretty much it. How to install Xposed on your Android 6.0, 6.0.1. Should work on any rooted device running Android. Again, if you're not using a Samsung phone, it's only supported for DODEX ROM, so you'll have to have a root and either DODEX stock ROM or a custom ROM. Most custom ROMs are DODEX, so you should be good to go. Anyway, have a great day. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, stay on Android.
Hi, click here to subscribe. Click here to subscribe. 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 Subscribe.